back here. I'm about to get on back on YouTube. Actually, we are back on YouTube. Okay, I want to move stop the player. And sorry, chat guys, but I'm entrusting you guys in the chat to kind of keep the chat busy. So I'm going to focus on the stream. Up the frame rate. So we got him done. The family, I'ma give him some. Spent that cone. He didn't run. Sunday had a whole I'm hoping that will do the trick. Oh yeah, I did not. I gotta scoot it over, slide it, that thing over, where I can see who's watching. That would be helpful if I was able to do that. I want to make sure the sliders that I used before for CPU. Yeah, it looks like they were. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. Basically force the CPU. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flavor foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now. Into a force the CPU into making the outside shot. We gotta play this game. So far, so good on the stream. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hiding, I'm hunting. Luckily, they've been ducking me. You see lots of them running. They know. Full of fire, just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
I like
and coming right up, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Dallas Mavericks. And now we go to Dallas with Kevin Harlan and the 2K crew for today's broadcast.
Shooting as the road team and playing as the road team. I'm still going to leave the volume by half, almost halfway up. Because in this way, if I get in a situation where I don't talk as loud or talk very much, you can still hear
And there the Mavericks earlier getting set to play. It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kenneth Faried?
And every team needs a player like him, a guy who contributes each and every night by doing just the little things and doing them well, like getting on the floor for loose balls.
It's a single game return to Dallas as the Mavericks look for a boost from their hometown crowd. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season. Guys, they came out on top of the season series matchup a season ago, taking 2 of the 3 away from them.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. Like they're the better team. I mean, they expect to win this match. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, like Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
Now here's Williams. Pachulia, good.
No amount of sliders will guard against that.
Yeah, I agree with you there because to me it's just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind.
That's good.
A big problem for the Nuggets last year is that they just couldn't hit shots away from home. I mean, they finished in the bottom 5 in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
No amount of
Berea gets to Villanueva. The pass to Berea. Dallas moving the ball around. Villanueva pushes to Berea. The feed to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint. Pachulia.
Nice
Old
work to
school.
get inside and draw contact.
Exactly. The defense is determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. Hey, I've got one more note on the Nuggets and the road. I mean, when you shoot as poorly as they did, as you mentioned, you start to lose some confidence and second-guess things. It's a lot harder to fight through shooting slumps like that in somebody else's building, no doubt.
First one falls for him.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
And Pachulia drops them both. Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
Misses from short range. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the San Antonio Spurs.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders see...
I'll be back in about a few seconds. I can already see where the problems that the stream is having. I'll go down to 25 frames per second. All right. Before I continue on, I want to make sure the YouTube thing is still stopped, and it looks like it is. So
team to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will
just a
happen when a
little
team
bit of a
continues to attack
drop.
the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Here's Villanueva. It's rebounded by Dorsey. The Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. Pull-up jumper, and Denver again with the bucket.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Correa, the pass to Pachulia.
They'll probably drop just a little bit.
Now here's Fareed. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss. The way they're knocking these shots down, boy, everything's pure.
Now here's Williams. 6-point game. And Villanueva kicks to Parsons. Feeds to Villanueva. And he converts the layup. Now Moutier. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio. Chandler's shot good.
Wow, what a game for them so far. Very impressive. They haven't missed yet.
Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. And by Villanueva. Correa dishes to Villanueva. Tries again. Pachulia, no luck.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
No, I think it's probably
Fareed's got his second
almost
basket of the
perfect.
game.
Really not hard to
that
see why
frame
they're
for
giving
him.
up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Are we going to go
And
call
you can
time?
see he just didn't
No.
get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Now here's Pachulia. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Here's Parsons. No good. Nice D from Chandler.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Williams comes with a double team. Pachulia. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Yeah, I was
So
going to
for
say, I
Dallas,
mean,
their
that
last
looked
game
a
against
little
the San
weird. Huh?
Antonio
It's like all of a
Spurs.
sudden we're shooting a mass basket.
And Parsons
What?
gets to Villanueva. On the wing, Williams. The dish now to Villanueva. He passes to Pachulia. Shot, no good.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if
Backcourt
he continues to shoot
violation,
it
and
like
out
he
of
has so
bounds
far in
anyway.
this quarter.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And the Mavericks making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Mavericks trailed by 8. And here's Correa. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. Kicks it to Pachulia. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Pachulia's got his second bucket tonight.
Scoring-wise, a really sluggish start for him, guys. I mean, just 2 for 7 overall.
Here's Moutier.
2 free throws.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, he didn't give him any choice
He just got
to blow the
mauled.
whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And the season
Ooh,
numbers
yeah.
for them
Oh.
at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Always seems the Mavs are able to
I
compete for a
think we
title,
can
Clark, but
almost
their
never
window
miss.
might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade.
Slider
They made the Rondo trade last year trying for
Now
a big
it's
finals
almost
run,
normal.
but eventually they'll start to have to build for the
Free
future.
throws.
And
Finally,
when you
almost
look at the
normal.
Mavs, they have
It
always
used to be
built
an adventure.
through free agency. Still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Misses the wing J.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier.
Yeah, they
than
do.
Anderson kicks to Barea. Harris.
Yeah, they do. They get easier.
Mesri. Fareed defending. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the line. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged
It's that
sword.
shot you can't.
Cuts both ways.
That
They
doesn't
rarely have
come
draft
any
picks that
easier.
help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, earlier I had a chance to speak with Rick Carlisle. I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Fareed. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on
we're
the game,
doing the
I think
point-
it'll really be to our
points in the
advantage.
paint.
Guys, an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
Thanks again, Doris. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Nuggets. I know they would have liked a better start, but they're 10th in the conference right now. And, of course, Dallas. They're 10th best in the conference.
And when I look at Denver, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
Well, last year for the Nuggets,
it's
they
not
were
exactly
really
the
searching,
playoffs
and they
yet.
finished 12th in the Western Conference. Greg, they were 30-52.
You know, not a great place to be.
No,
Let's face
no.
it. I mean, Kevin, Denver never really had a shot at the postseason, but weren't good enough to land at high draft.
I'll fix this down a little bit, even further. 20 frames. I'm back. And I think
Pick either.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. It's stolen by Moutier. Lays it up and banks it in.
It's been about
that
tempo and pace with this group, and
practically
it's led
perfect.
to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Fareed with
What
the
are you
block.
doing?
Denver leading by 7. Here's
Got it.
Dorsey. And it's Denver scoring again.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Harris after the Nuggets pick up 2. Anderson kicks to Harris. Pocket 6. There's a screen. Outside Harris.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Barton. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
We don't think we give it to them.
Harris outside. Mejri. And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. Fourth, Emmanuel Mudiay.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Well, you know, hey, as a rookie, it's always hard to earn the respect of coaches, but he's earned every minute he's gotten this season. Just a terrific offensive threat.
And we've seen Dallas just be fantastic since the start of the new millennium. Year in and year out, they seem to always win 50 games.
Player is
Hit
stopped.
that mark again last season.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in.
Just double check to make sure the YouTube player is stopped, and it is.
For Denver, Laverne comes in for Kenneth Faried.
Because not having that player actually streaming the video.
And he can't hit the second. Well, last season they won 50, Greg, as you just said. That marked Clark the 12th time it happened since 2000.
Well, clearly this franchise has been committed to winning. I mean, you hear that from a lot of franchises, but they often aren't willing to take the risk that the Mavericks take. And the Mavs do a good job of putting their money where their mouth is.
Pass to Johnson. Lets it go from 14. And the shot is good. And the Nuggets lead by 11. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And so it's Dallas with after the Nuggets pick up 2. Jenkins with it, and it's Nelson picking him up. Shots good by Jenkins.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
The Nuggets leading by 9. Pass to Johnson. Tries it from 19, and that one's good. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
32.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm
32%.
looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
What they do in
Now here's Felton.
once they're in the
It's stolen by Hickson. And pushing it up, here's Denver. And he uses the glass on the layup.
You could not diagram a better way to open a court.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And last year, we saw Coach Rick Carlisle pass the 600-win mark. Former Coach of the Year award winner, has had so much success here in Dallas. One of many coaches to play for the 80s Celtics.
Moment here. Let's see over the last month how the Denver Nuggets rank in the NBA statistic. First in assists. First in field goal percentage. They're also ranked number 1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively playing with
Yeah,
one mind,
I'm the road team
all on the
this
same
time.
page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Dallas making a switch here. Pachulia's checked in. Outside, Felton. He feeds it to Jenkins. Just 5 on the clock. Pachulia. Hickson grabs the board. The Nuggets leading by 13. Here's Gallinari. And Pachulia pulls it down. And they're running. He kicks to Jenkins. Cannot hit. Now Denver takes it the other way.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
A minute 42 left in the first quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Anderson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Jenkins. Dallas moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Here's Felton. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
I think a lot will depend on the team.
A different look for Denver.
Too.
Gary Harris comes in for Nick Johnson. And it's Green in for Jameer Nelson.
Come on, ref. What the hell are you doing?
We've got 1:18 left to play in the first. Harris kicks to Hickson. And blocked. Jenkins with it. Parsons up top. No what? Now Denver takes it the other way. Harris, right side. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. And the Nuggets lead by 17. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Well, you know, injuries, they're just such a part of the game.
Yeah, and it's really hard, impossible virtually from where we are to tell just how bad it is, but he's definitely coming out, and it looks like that could be it for him today.
Denver making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. Here's Parsons. Gary Harris making his last shot. 6 on the shot clock. They need this one. Jenkins can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the book.
There was no sliders that was going to
Hanging on the rim is, I
defend
guess,
that.
one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Here's Harris. Hits the three-point bomb. Harris has got 5 now. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. The Nuggets on top, just dominating this one. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
Coming up next Thursday night, December 3rd, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat. Be there.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a very convincing performance from the Nuggets so far.
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Oh, yeah.
The Nuggets leading by 20. John Jenkins is out there with Darren Williams. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then there's Charlie Villanueva. And it's Pachulia in at the 5 down low. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Here's the screen. Green against Williams. Rebound by the Nuggets. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will be their 2nd of this 5-game road trip. Dishes to Parsons. Here's the teardrop. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
The Nuggets shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
They get it again. Pachulia off with the layup. Denver leading by 22.
Out of bounds.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. The Nuggets, number 1.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Give me the wall. Give me the fucking ball, ref. What the hell is that ref doing?
Here's Hickson.
He's standing there holding the fucking ball.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
And Jenkins kicks to Pachulia. Baseline jumper. Shot is blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Now here's Jenkins. Guarded by Harris. 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. The rebound by Wilson Chandler. Chandler's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season. Miscommunications like that can really bother.
They're going to give it to us. We're going to take it.
I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
Jenkins the pass to Williams. Villanueva. Parsons on the wing. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Passes to Pachulia. The shot from the low post is good. Pachulia's got 10 points in the game.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Yeah, really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out, and I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for J.J. Hickson.
See all those beautiful Texas beauties going off.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. He missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff.
By Villanueva, no good.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And the shot is good. And that's now 11 points for Wilson Chandler. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Well, you know, injuries, they're just such a part of the game.
Yeah, and it's really hard, impossible virtually from where we are to tell just how bad it is, but he's definitely coming out, and it looks like that could be it for him today.
Williams dishes to Barea.
Is hurt, so I can.
And there's the call on Chandler. That'll be his second
replacement.
foul of the game.
Or just simply
they
replace the
said
person.
it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the
Automatically.
playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give them credit for at least taking the risk.
Devin Harris has checked in for the Mavericks. He dishes it to Barea. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation.
Shooting for Dallas, Devin Harris. One shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team.
Barea with it, picked up by Harris. It's stolen by Harris. Here's Chandler. Offensive rebound. Here's Fareed. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
Violation.
Fareed's got 8 points.
Should be just that.
Really nice job to convert the putback
The amount to a
opportunity there. I mean, he
turnover.
stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something
Just like
we
the
say about him a
offensive
lot.
3-second violation.
You know, getting back to Devin Harris,
Just a
he can
turnover.
really help you. But you want to do one thing, limit his minutes. 11 full seasons under his belt. Slender in build. It's best to play him around half the game if you can.
Just 2 to shoot. A nice shot by Barea.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
For Denver, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field.
You know, talking about the veteran Harris, his quickness was still apparent last season, and his skill set was a good fit for Coach Carlisle's flow offense. I mean, this guy's been around a long time, and there are very few that are quicker than him with the ball.
Barea kicks to Villanueva. There's the pass to Barea. Now the feed to Harris. Parsons outside. Dallas moving the ball around. They grab their own miss. And so he draws the foul on the shot and trip to the line to shoot 2.
Layup.
A chance here to take a look at where the Mavericks rank in the NBA currently. 5th in three-point field goal percentage. 7th in scoring. And they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
And you look at their three-point shooting, they put defenses in a tough position. You've got to protect the paint and still chase out to 25 feet from the hoop. No easy task. And over the course of last season, and really the last decade, we have seen three-point shooting on the rise. Teams have been making the most of the efficiency of that shot, and it's a big part of successful offenses in the modern NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Pachulia, he's checked in for Villanueva. And John Jenkins subbed in for Chandler Parsons. And with the three-pointers, the best teams in the NBA are great, Adam Clark. All 4 of the conference finals teams from last year were tops in the NBA in 3.
Yeah, it's definitely a predominant stat in the NBA now. And you look at some of the numbers. Curry broke his own record for made threes in a season. The Rockets set the team record. It's a real part of the game that you have to be good at to succeed in the league.
Harris with it. Now Chandler defending. And it's Harris off the drive. Feeds it to Barea. Wide open look. Goes back up. Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got 4 points now in the quarter.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 10 points for Kenneth Faried.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Dallas calls timeout.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more. You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
Quickly go to our rookie leaderboard to find out which rookies have blocked the most shots this season. Number 5 is Emmanuel Mudiay.
And that ability to send shots away at the rim, so highly valued. It takes guts to put yourself in harm's way and contest those finishers.
Boy, he does such a good job of positioning himself, so you have a hard time getting shots over him. One of the best of all rookies denying the rim.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Paul. Faried defending.
Come on.
Harris kicks to Barea.
Blocked.
Goes up on the high post. Shot denied.
And that's the battle they haven't
That
been
was
winning
denied.
today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
The shot by Powell, no good. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Moody
30 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Back to Parsons. It's stolen by Mudiay. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Mudiay, what the hell was that?
Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. The Maverick shooting is 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Here's Harris. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. There's the dish to Barea. Shot clock at 5. Fires from deep. Denver grabs the miss. Martin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Faried. And it's rejected. But he recovers it. Hits the outside fadeaway. Faried's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, next time he has that much space,
nice,
he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
Now, here's Barea. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Julia, good.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Smooth sailing for Denver. Here's Faried. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Nuggets making a change here.
And Kenneth Faried is not the guy you want to be fouling.
That free throw good from Kenneth Faried.
You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Second shot opportunity. Shot by Villanueva, no good. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Count that one. Barton's got his first points of the game.
It's obvious he's hurting. I mean, he's going to tough it out, though, and continue to contribute. You got to give him credit for that.
Getting back to Faried, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Smooth sailing for Denver. Shoots from the elbow. Barton, no luck. The Mavericks shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. And it's Harris off the drive.
That's why I'm kind of playing a little lax on defense because we got a 32-point lead.
He passes to Pachulia. Back to Harris. There's the triple. Harris missing again.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Lets it go from 14. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now Williams. His last outing, he had 18 points. Some solid defense from Faried.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
That's good. And that's now 17 points for Wilson Chandler.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Harris outside. Right side, Williams. And the foul on Will Barton.
What?
That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
A different look for Denver. Laverne, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried, and Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. Denver on D. And Villanueva kicks to Anderson. 5 to shoot. Villanueva goes up and lays it nice and easy. Villanueva's got his second basket of the night.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Here's Dorsey. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Williams against Nelson. Williams passes to Anderson. Kicks it to Jenkins. From the top of the key. Denver grabs the miss.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And that one's good, Barton.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper if the defense is going to give it to them. They'll take it all day.
It's about getting open looks and use that shot.
I'll take it all day, all night, all week, all month, all year, all lifetime.
Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Jenkins.
24/7, 365.
Back to Anderson. Barton with the rebound. Barton's got his 5th rebound in this one.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backcourt.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Williams attacking. Misses the layup. From half court. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Nuggets on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Yeah. Whew. 70-34. shot.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Not really. Yeah, but anyway, I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be back. Breathe. Kenneth Reed is not a guy you want to be fouling. No, he is not. 140-68. Some games, sometimes you put up clunkers in the NBA. Sometimes you put up clunkers. Clunker. It happens. It happens. Sometimes you just can't shoot your way out of a wet paper bag. Sometimes you just can't shoot your way out of a wet paper bag. You just can't shoot your way out of a paper bag. Yeah, wet or dry. Wet, dry, whatever. If it's a paper bag and you're in it, sometimes you just can't punch out of it. Sometimes there just ain't no punching your way out. Punching out. Squash. Bill. Okay, guys, I'm back. Pound forward. And let me get my stuff over where I can have my drinks here in a safe place without them falling.
Fantastic game from Wilson Chandler in this one.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Moutier out there with Will Barton. And it's Dorsey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. A nice shot by Barea. Denver's shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. Chandler, he's open, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Chandler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And Villanueva kicks to Barea. He feeds it to Villanueva. Dishes it to Barea.
Nice cold.
Shot clock at 6.
He's sitting in there for a while.
To the middle. Here's Pachulia. And Kenneth Fareed pulls it down.
I mean, come on. You don't see misses like that. I mean, that's great school.
And that one's good. Barton
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Parsons on the wing. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. 4 of 4. In no time at all. 17 points for Kenneth Faried.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure. Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Faried's got 19 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Stolen by Faried. He kicks it to Mudiay. And he drops it in from the low post. Moutier's got 11 points.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand and soon, partner.
Offensive rebound. Quick. Pachulia, no luck.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
A good look from Chandler. Gets the front of the rim and out. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Barea, and Faried sends it back. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
And you can tell by the look on his face, boy, he is going through a lot of pain.
Yeah, clearly. And it looks like he's going to come out of the game to get it looked at.
And that one misses. And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
That's a great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
For me, my favorite memory of Barea, his outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Barea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
Back to Felton. Dallas moving it around. 6 to shoot. Barea, no good.
And getting back to Barea's contribution against the Lakers back in 11, Barea led a fourth-quarter comeback in Game 2 to help the Mavs win. Big swing in that series. And then after the game, Kobe Bryant said that Barea kicked our you-know-whats. And ultimately, Barea helped the Mavs go on to win their only championship.
Gallinari against Felton. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Parsons for 3, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. First in assists, first in shooting percentage, and they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively. Playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Down low, here's Powell, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Powell's got 6.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Shot by Johnson, no good. Dallas shooting 28%. A rocky performance for them offensively. Reverses. Shot is off. Now Denver takes it the other way. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Free throw no good for Johnson. Mavericks shooting an ugly 27% since halftime.
38.
Passes it to Felton.
38.
Anderson, a screen on Nelson. They set the pick. Rebound by the Nuggets. Fareed's got 9 rebounds now tonight. He dishes it to Nelson. Lets it go. It's despite the tough D. And here is Felton. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Harris with it. And it's Johnson picking him up.
Just to gain some momentum, not regain.
Harris outside. Just 5 to shoot. Mejri. And there's the pass to Harris. And a miss there on the triple. Inside. Here's Laverne. Soft touch off the glass.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense. I mean, it's all been terrific.
Harris against Nelson. And it's Harris off the drive. Outside for Felton. To the inside. Anderson. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Johnson kicks to Fareed. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Fareed's got 23.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Harris kicks to Anderson. Mejri. Outside, Felton. From 12 feet out. Misses off the right iron.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
To the paint, number 55. Rebound by the Nuggets. Laverne's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to Gallinari. Some solid defense from Harris. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Stop getting cute.
Felton attacking. Can't get it to go. And Denver the other way now. Here's Gallinari. Here's Laverne. And the layup's good off the glass. Laverne's got 4 this quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
At the line for your Mavericks.
And one thing the Nuggets have been good at for several years is crashing the offensive glass. Last season, they were 3rd in the league in offensive rebounds per game.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And the Nuggets, as you mentioned, do attack the offensive glass. Greg, that was a good point. And Clark, they create a lot of extra looks that way.
Well, they were 4th in the league last season in second chance points, Kevin. You're right.
Okay. Need to
on the risk of getting destroyed in transition. if you crash the glass every time, though. But the Nuggets crashed the glass and still managed to get back on defense.
It's Anderson with the drive. And there's the feed to Powell. Count the bucket. Powell's got his third basket of the night right there.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Well, really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Villanueva. Barton with the rebound. Barton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Nelson. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
55-point
Nelson's
lead.
got 6 points in the quarter.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Outside Williams. Feeds it to Villanueva. Right block shot. Denver grabs the miss. Dorsey's got his 6th rebound on the night.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dorsey's got 8 points. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Williams kicks to Villanueva.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if
already
he keeps
tough
missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
And Nelson gets it to go.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
Powell, that's good.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's Chandler, and Denver again with the bucket. .135 left in the third. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Now the dish to Williams.
They're looking
Anderson
for
right side.
light.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Teams value the 3 so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it. 5th, the Mavericks.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Yeah. That's what we want to do with
First
that
free throw
crowd.
is good. And the Nuggets making a change here. Hickson's checked in.
That's what we want to do with that crowd in Dallas. We don't want them making noise. We only want our crowd making noise.
Both free throws good from Anderson. 1:19 left to play here in the third. Here's Dorsey. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Kicks to Villanueva. He passes to Anderson. He feeds it to Villanueva. Clock at 6. Looking to get it going. Comes up empty from 8 feet.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so we can have a fresh start for the next one.
Looking for the end of this game.
Pass to Pachulia. The kick out to Anderson. Pass to Villanueva. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Nuggets making a change here.
28.9 seconds.
We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Harris.
Oh, why is that not a foul?
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Now here's Barea. D right on him. Parsons dishes to Villanueva. Makes the lead pass. Barea, no good.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Nuggets on top, running away with it. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return.
On tap next Monday, November 30th, Kawhi Leonard and the San Antonio Spurs take on Jimmy Butler and the Chicago Bulls. Live from United Center, it's the real deal.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
Oh, yeah.
The Mavericks shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better.
They're capable of it, but they're not doing it this year.
Jenkins with it. Outside, Felton. Dishes it to Powell. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And for the Nuggets, Laverne is out there with Gallinari. Then there's Harris. Then it's Johnson. And it's Hickson in at the 5.
Only because this is Dallas and they're not
and for Dallas
doing any.
There's the screen. Felton kicks to Jenkins. Passes it to Powell.
I thought he was blowing them out.
And he gets it to go.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
The Nugget shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Hickson. Gallinari is out there with Laverne. Then there's Harris. And it's Johnson in at the 1 spot.
Even if they had almost even sliders, the way that
they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
I'd still blow them out.
Mejri. Back to Felton. 5 to shoot. Here's Jenkins. Denver grabs the miss. Hickson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He kicks it to Gallinari. And it's Gallinari again missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
18 feet out. Kept alive. He dishes it to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. And another shot. Knocked loose. And the shot is good.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
And so here's Denver. Here's Harris. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
54.
7 points for Gary Harris.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Powell inside. Laverne on him. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Jenkins. No good. Now Denver takes it the other way. And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster. So that one team was the Grizzlies.
Felton against Johnson. The feed to Jenkins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Okay.
knocks down the first one. And the Nuggets making a change here. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
Anderson, a screen on Green. Harris. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Laverne down low. Can't get it to fall. The Mavericks have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Jenkins and the block by Johnson. They retain possession and he recovers it. The Nuggets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And that one's good. Gallinari's got 7 now in this quarter.
Kevin, gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Yes, Nuggets.
Harris kicks to Jenkins. Back to Harris. Feeds it to Jenkins. Harris outside. The dish to Jenkins. From the line. Anderson outside. Kicks it to Harris. Poked away. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Nails it from the high post.
You got the basket.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
That's good. Nuggets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Good.
Look at that. We're pushing 130.
The Mavericks shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides.
That would be one word to use.
The restriction it has currently right now, having one seems to have helped the level of play overall.
Yeah, like I said, even if I had the slightest
with the D-League coming into its own, though,
game.
Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve
I would
in that
still
regard.
be kicking Dallas's ass.
Having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket, for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Harris kicks to Jenkins. Mejri. Dallas moving it around. 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 15. Can't get it to go. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Johnson. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
What the
Dallas shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. He feeds it to Jenkins. They set the pick. Pass to Anderson. Down low. Now here's Johnson. Pass to Green. Shot from the wing. Rejected by Harris.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Gary Harris, he's checked in for Denver. On the wing, Harris. Will it go? Green with the rebound. Denver's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. That one goes. Count it.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Back to Harris. Beats him in there. Measuring.
Oh, good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
Baseline J on the way, and again it's Denver.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
Laverne's gone 5 of 9 shooting from the floor. Back to Anderson.
64-point lead. 74.
This is to Jenkins. The kick out to Anderson. Shot clock at 3. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here are the Nuggets now. Here's Hickson. That 3 off the mark. Puts it up from 12. And that's good off the glass that time. Laverne's got 10 points in just the second half. And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And you can tell by the look on his face, boy, he is going through a lot of pain.
Yeah, clearly. And it looks like he's going to come out of the game to get it looked at.
Alinari, he's checked in for Nick Johnson.
The NBA has done a terrific job of increasing its presence around the globe. I mean, what was once a national sport has become a global sport in a relatively short time. I think that'll continue to be the case as a larger international presence moves forward.
And the technical free throw is good. The NBA, it's undeniable, becoming a global game. It's reflected in the players. 1/4 of the league. That's amazing. 1/4 of the league now international players.
It's unreal. I mean, that number is going to continue to grow, I think. Over the years. Last season they had a game in Mexico, and events like that really help expand the popularity of the NBA.
Pulls up on the wing. Jenkins can't get it to go.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Chance shot, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
He had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Kevin Harris has checked in for John Jenkins. The first free throw is good. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Jenkins checked in. He's off on the second.
And getting back to J.J. Hickson, he's forever had the size and strength to get it done. His problems have always been that lack of discipline and an unrefined set of tools. I mean, unfortunately, last season highlighted those flaws.
Here's Jenkins. Dallas again missing.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Talking about Hickson, every time you count him out, he surprises you with a streak of inspired play. Then every time you count him back in, he puts up a dud. Hard guy to figure out right now.
Felton goes in. Measuring puts the lead pass in front of him.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
Laverne, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Laverne's got 9 points now in the quarter. 1:39 left in the game.
This is
outside Felton.
Man, if I'm Mark Cuban, I enjoy down to the locker room.
Anderson outside. Jenkins guarded by Harris. 4 on the shot clock.
Never mind the hit here from the head coach. You're here for the
right
big
at the
boss.
free throw line. No good. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Hickson. They get the rebound.
The big boss.
Second chance effort. That one off the back iron and out. Dallas shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. To the middle. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The offensive rebound. Banked in off the glass.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
A nice shot by Gallinari. Now the Mavericks with it. Outside, Felton. Pass to Jenkins. Looking to get back on track here. And that one comes up a bit short. Denver's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Gallinari. Rebound by Raymond Felton. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Jenkins the pass to Felton.
That game's nothing. Okay, you're going to sit on it?
Right side, Felton. Here's Jenkins. No good. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily.
80.
A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Kenneth Faried.
Guarantee you, he will not do that against Milwaukee. I gotta see how many guys got 30 points. Zaza Pachulia scored over 50 of their points. Well, nobody got 30. Eric Green. Nuggets blast.
DJ Khaled. We the best. We taking over. Listen. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on to North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it's warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, holla at me. B&H Town, Southside, Cloverland, Dad, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ask Cali. Catman, Cali with my
That's yeah, we just completely shut them down in every facet. Yeah, you did. Let's see what the calendar says. I'll play the Milwaukee game and then that will be it.
Sitting on D, feeling like Pac, all eyes on me. Fresh bandana and them mad trees. Please, I speak every verse. Some say Khaled, some say Khalid. 12 years down and I'm finally free. We can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't shoot unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on our ground. Cause we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over.
Let's just see how good Dallas is.
I'm number one. Can't make me wrong, so we got him done. The family, I'ma give him some. Spin that corner. He didn't run. Sunday had a whole church singing the song. Why they had to send my baby home? With some that paper long. Been a G in the game, now my son on the throne. I am the beast. Feed me rappers and feed me beats. I'm untamed. I need a leash. I'm insane. I need a shrink. I love. I need a leech. Why complain on easy streets? I don't even talk and let the visa speak. And I like my Sprite Easter pink. And my wrist special pop, but the mule is cooler. I have more juice than your jeweler. Touch it, I will your medulla. That's a it is not a tumor. Red light, stop your rumors. I stay on track like a box of boomers.
Oh, that's easy.
Rock with Junior. I am the little big cause we take it over.
We'll go in. Let's see.
I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course. I'm slipping down a chain reaction. And here I go, here I go, here I go, go.
OKC, Oklahoma City. Yeah, they were 91 overall. But Golden State. What was their overall? We just pasted them. Yeah, I don't know whether that's based on this this game or what? Anyway, I'll take a break. And then I will then I will be back with the oh, one more thing. Compare the Clippers overall to us. Clippers. Yeah, we should have lost to the Clippers, and we did. We should have lost to the Clippers, and we did. Although one thing, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the slider change that I made earlier. Make this a little more. Making it even 30. This way, when I face teams like the one that's coming up, the Milwaukee Bucks, you know, I won't out and out blast them by like 80. Sure, I may beat them, but
I'm Ernie Johnson. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us. And coming right up, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. And now we go out to Milwaukee with Kevin Harlan and the 2K crew for today's broadcast.
now again, as I say, this will likely be the last game that I play because it is the end of the month on the calendar, and it just seems appropriate just to go ahead
and the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. We are in Milwaukee, where the Bucks are looking to take one in the interconference game at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kenneth Faried?
And don't forget now, a walking highlight reel every time he steps on the court. His flair for the dramatic makes him worth the price of admission all by himself.
This game is part of the travel schedule for Denver. And of course, they're looking forward to the return of Greg Monroe.
Kevin, yeah, he got injured a few games ago, and it's been tough without him.
And we've seen what a different team they are without him on the floor. I mean, it has not been nearly as cohesive a unit as when he's there. And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season. But to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
And Dorsey kicks to Faried. The 17-footer goes down.
You know, it's old hat to see Faried knock down one of those.
Milwaukee with the ball. For the Bucks, their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
And really, really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard. Probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving out space for themselves under the glass. And guys just weren't working hard enough in my estimation.
Now here's Carter Williams. 14 points from him the last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
4 on the shot clock. Mayo drives in. Back to Carter Williams. Outside Mayo. Passes to Copeland. Back to Mayo. Dishes it to Plumlee. The Bucks working the ball around. Mayo with it. Working on Dorsey. Second shot opportunity. And the layup good by Mayo. Mayo's got his first basket. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them wave after wave. They really kept the crowd on mute in that.
Here's Mayo. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Copeland good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession.
Out of bounds. Milwaukee's ball.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Back to Mayo. 6 on the shot clock. Moutier brings the double team. Carter Williams kicks to Mayo. Wide open. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. And there's the pass to Carter Williams. Kicks to Parker. Pass to Plumlee. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Mike Malone had a few moments to share with me. He talked about their first meeting on the year and how his team wasn't at their sharpest in the defensive end. He said that if they wanted to even the series up, have one apiece, they would have to play good team defense and help on rotation. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Thanks, Doris. So defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
That's their identity. That's what they're all about. Their defense is really what sparks them.
And that has to be their spark if they're going to be successful. I mean, everything for them starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Parker's shot is off. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Here's Copeland. Wilson Chandler making his last shot.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come. And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. And the second free throw, good. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Milwaukee with the ball. After the Nuggets pick up 2. Mayo kicks to Middleton. The rebound by Wilson Chandler.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Here's Barton. Good on the shot. Barton's got his first points of the game.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Tries it from 9. And there's O.J. Mayo on the assist from Carter Williams.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Here's Chandler. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Right. And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Now here's Carter Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
What was that?
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. We'll take a look at the Cavaliers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And checking out Milwaukee. They're 4th in the conference.
And I think for the Bucks, they haven't let down their fan base in terms of where they are early in the season. They've notched some huge wins and just kind of edged themselves up the standing.
Greg, I would not call them elite yet, but there's no doubt they can hang with any team in the league when they're on top of their game.
And Fareed sends it back. They recover it. They grabbed their own miss. Plumlee. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Pulls up on the wing. Blocked. And here is Carter Williams. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game. Mayo dishing to Parker. Feeds it to Middleton. And he uses the glass on the layup. Middleton's got his first basket of the night. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. Last time they met was in Denver.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
And guys, a lot of problems for the Nuggets last year. Ended the season with a 30-52 record and really struggled even against the Eastern Conference.
The Nuggets with some changes. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Dorsey. Laverne comes in for Kenneth Fareed. And it's Gallinari in for Wilson Chandler.
Don't care. I think the coach probably just reminded them of what happened last
The Nuggets
time.
leading by 3. For the Nuggets struggling against the East, something they aren't used to doing. They usually pile on the wins when they take on that conference.
Yeah, typically that's the case, but the Nuggets won only 11 games against the East, tied for second lowest amongst Western Conference teams. It's the first losing record against the East for the Nuggets since 2004.
And it's Middleton penetrating. That drops. Nuggets have gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. And the basket by Harris.
From the top of the key. Oh,
here's Carter Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's the dish to Middleton. Back to Carter Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Gets it inside. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
No one to blame on that one but himself. Getting looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
Now here's Carter Williams. And Middleton kicks to Carter Williams. Back to Middleton. The feed now to Carter Williams. Henson inside. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll.
Are you serious?
Almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Vasquez is checked in for Milwaukee. Bayless comes in for Michael Carter Williams. The Nuggets leading by 5. He kicks it to Gallinari. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Gallinari's got his first 2 points of the night. And the Bucks, they're shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Vasquez with it. Harris is there. Vasquez kicks to Bayless.
39%, that's probably about average.
5 to shoot. On the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim.
What are you doing?
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Shot's good. And now a 9-point Denver lead.
And, you know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
Here is Bayless after the made shot from Jameer Nelson.
Honestly, I can see
now Bayless. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. And that one's good. Vasquez has got his first points in this one. And Clark, with the 10-minute quarters, the players felt like they were fresher during the game. Still, removing 8 minutes from an NBA game does have huge consequences.
Well, we must remember it's being experimented with right now, so keep that in mind. They also talked about shortening the preseason and doing other things to keep players fresher during the year. I like the thought process.
Denver calls timeout.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Ya abrimos así nuestros brazos tan encabilados y nos acurrucamos al origen de los tiempos, a la fuente del universo donde yace el sentimiento de vivir este comienzo. Vengo con la sangre roja, con los pulmones llenos de rimas en mi boca, con los ojos rasgados, con la tierra en las manos. Venimos con el mundo y venimos con su canto. Vengo a construir un sueño.
Kevin, while we got a moment here, let's see over the last month how the Denver Nuggets ranked in the NBA statistics. First in scoring, first in assists, and they're also #1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Nick Johnson's checked in for Denver. Green comes in for Jameer Nelson.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Henson's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 7. Laverne passes to Gallinari. Good, he hits the jump shot. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the game to go. Bucks shooting in this first quarter, around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Bryant dishes to Bayless. Vasquez. Vasquez to Bayless. He feeds it to Henson. When you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Right. And the first one drops. And the Bucks making a change here. Ennis is checked in. And he makes the first, but misses the second. The Nuggets leading by 8. Gallinari. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Gallinari's got 6.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder. He really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Pass to Joel Bryant. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Laverne. No luck. And Milwaukee the other way now.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one. He was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Vasquez got remarkable consistency over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, his three-point percentage went up a little bit, Kevin, but that's about it. I mean, it's possible. We just need to accept that this is who he is. I mean, he's a good playmaker. He plays with great enthusiasm and energy. And whatever. Leave it there. Don't expect much more than that.
And talking about Vasquez, guys, good size for a point guard. Solid ball handler and playmaker when he's put in that role. But he needs the ball to be truly effective. And last season, the ball belonged to Kyle Lowry.
And so he hits both.
And for Vasquez, he doesn't have the foot speed to track opposing point guards. He tries to compensate with good use of angles, but he did do a solid job defending the pick and roll last season, using his superior size and anticipation in that area.
Chandler's shot, good.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Vasquez with it. He's got 6. Copeland. Here's Plumlee. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Nuggets lead by 10. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Should have thrown up the prayer immediately.
NBA action charges ahead. DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's the NBA next Sunday.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway.
Let me see defensive settings. Do I have instant replay? Oh, I would have.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Green is out there with Johnson. And it's Hickson in at the 5, down low. 6 to shoot. That's good. Copeland's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Milwaukee.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
And that one's good. Vasquez has got 8 points.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
And he gets it to go.
You don't see that too often, the fadeaway shot when he's wide open.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Ennis. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Fareed. Johnson outside. Shot from the wing. And he drops that one in. 8 points for him.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
I like the way, Greg, they're picking their spots and finding holes in the middle of that defense to get those shots off. That's excellent discipline on display right there.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Down to a list of players you can't leave open under any circumstances. This season's most accurate small forwards from the field. Wilson Chandler, number 1.
All right. Second. And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percentage.
That's accurate, but you can't do what they've done without a superb outside shot as well. I mean, that's not a problem for this group. They certainly can drain the jump shot.
Bucks trail by 10.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Here's Copeland, and again, the Bucks miss.
And they'll give him that shot. I mean, he doesn't have the most reliable jump shot. That's a win for the defense.
Fareed, he's guarded by Plumlee. Was shot by Dorsey, no good.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book. It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Moutier brings the double team. It's Parker with the drive. Martin with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 12. And he gets the bucket. That's 10 points for Wilson Chandler.
Giving points in the paint.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Plumlee sets the pick for Ennis. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Ennis has got his first bucket in this one. From about 16. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's what was happening.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Martin with the rebound.
Now I think
the Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. And Wilson Chandler gets the 3. Chandler's got 13 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
They get in the paint, they score.
Outside Mayo.
Sometimes they don't.
He dishes it to Ennis.
That's the way it should be.
DeMayo, 5 on the clock. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. First in assists, first in shooting percentage. And they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively. Playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Plumlee with the screen. Mayo drives in. And it's Plumlee that time on the assist by Mayo. Mayo's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Denver now. They're on a 13-4 run. Dorsey, that's good.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach. But I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Nick Johnson's check in for Wilson Chandler. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Denver Nuggets. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
Well, I think for Denver, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
Carter Williams kicks to Mayo.
The middle of March.
Pocket 6. Kenneth Faried pulls it in. Faried's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Johnson attacking. Wasted no time on that one. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success.
And Copeland kicks to Parker. This is DeMayo. High post shot, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Mayo's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And here's Denver. They're on a 17-6 run. Moutier kicks to Barton. And again, it's Denver.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Bucks trail by 19. Outside Mayo. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Faried's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Moutier with the basket.
You know, it went down, guys, but still unusual to go to the leaner there with so much space around him.
There's the basket, Carter Williams. And Copeland kicks to Mayo. He passes to Carter
Dorsey
Williams.
plays old
Feeds
school
to Copeland.
style.
Back to Carter Williams. Parker. Shot clock at 6. Tries a 3. Denver grabs the miss.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive. And the other thing I like about him is his pursuit of the pumpkin. I mean, he loves to slip in there and get a few second chance baskets.
Oh, that's a
That free
rarity.
throw missing. The Nuggets missed the postseason
Missing a
again
free
last year.
throw?
Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Good on the second free throw.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
A third year.
Knocks it loose. Chandler with the steal. Fareed outside. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Fareed's got 7. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they need to head into for the future.
De la huella, de la pieza del árbol y de su corteza que guarda en su memoria que el canto de victoria cuando vimos de la tierra lloramos con tal euforia. Ya abrimos así nuestros brazos tan encadilados y nos acurrucamos al origen de los tiempos, a la fuente del universo donde ya es el sentimiento de vivir este comienzo. Vengo con la roja, con los pulsos llenos de rimas en mi boca, con los ojos rasgados, con la tierra en las manos. Venimos con el mundo y venimos con su canto.
And let's focus briefly on an area we often bounded. Here are the leaders in that category over the past 10 games. Third is Michael Carter Williams.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point. It's warranted because of just how well they do it.
And, Greg, I think it gives them an edge over most of their counterparts at the point guard spot. I mean, desire, attitude, and they really look to mix it up. They're not afraid to do anything to help their team's cause.
Middleton the pass to Vaughn. Back to Middleton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. That's a 2 from Parker. That one off the back iron and out.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Offensive rebound. They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Inside, Carter Williams with the bucket.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Now, here is Nelson. Here's Dorsey. The 15-footer. Good. Dorsey's got 10.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
It sure is, Greg. It might be the strongest aspect of their offense here.
Back to Parker. Pass to Vaughn. 6 to shoot. Middleton outside. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. He has 6.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
got that one up quick. And that's 15 points for Wilson Chandler.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Kicks it to Carter Williams. Middleton. Pass to Vaughn. The dish to Henson. And there's the feed to Carter Williams. He kicks it to Parker. Rebound by Johnson.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Park, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
He feeds it to Carter Williams. Passes it to Vaughn. Middleton on the wing. Here's Vaughn. He's guarded by Chandler. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really two different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Dorsey. Will Barton comes in for Kenneth Faried. And it's Gary Harris in for Nick Johnson. Here's Vaughn. He dishes it to Mayo. The pass to Henson. That's good. Henson's got 5 points so far.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates them. You know, when he scores buckets like that, Kevin, it just shows that he can bring some of that X factor for his team.
Outside Mayo. Dishes it to Plumlee. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Gary Harris.
Let's take a look at what the last month has looked like for the Bucks as far as NBA stats go. 7th in field goal percentage, 9th in assists, and they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
And going back to their field goal percentage, great consistency and execution for them offensively. I think that's made the difference. They don't have many dry spells.
The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down, a perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point 17-17, also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17, also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500. He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Here's Bayless. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Copeland. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Mayo, and that's for 2. But they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Denver on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
$68-42.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Chandler playing very well. 15 points and 2 steals. The motor on this guy is amazing.
$140-72. No, just go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. All right, guys. I'm back for the...
Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Mayo. Then it's Jabari Parker. Then it's Chris Copeland. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. It's Parker with the drive. And it's Denver with the rebound. Moutier's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Dorsey. And the 3 off target. The Bucks shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net.
Okay, there we go.
Now here's Carter-Williams. D right on him. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's got great length for a point guard, and it served him well on that play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Down the free throw, no good.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters.
Nice.
Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Here comes Mayo. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Carter-Williams. He passes it to Copeland. Mayo dishing to Plumlee. Clock is at 3. Here's Mayo with plenty of space. From out of the way, he knocks it down. Mayo's got 8. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Chandler, no good. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Copeland. Stolen by Fareed. Here's Barton. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Barton's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories, rebounds just being one of them.
Carter-Williams with it. Now defended by Moutier. Mayo drives in. No good from 11 feet.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
The Nuggets shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Blocked.
We saw it last game.
Feeds it to Copeland, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Here are the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Fareed excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
Talking about Fareed, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. He'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level?
Nuggets making a change here. Harris has checked in. Denver on D. Plumlee with a screen on Fareed. Carter Williams kicks to Plumlee. 4 on the clock. Mayo drives in. Lets it go from 11. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Mayo's got 10. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Dorsey. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Good. 18 points for Wilson Chandler.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
You know what? I don't have much else to say, so. I'm just going to turn it.
Here is Mayo. He's got 10. And Plumlee kicks to Mayo. Middleton. Pass to Parker. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
So a moment now to see the story on Michael Carter Williams. Over the last month, getting it done. 11th in steals, 15th in assists, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And as we've been seeing, I mean, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet and quick hands.
Middleton drives in. Carter Williams.
Down.
Kicks it to Mayo. Back to Carter Williams. The dish to Mayo. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Bucks are a strong team last year at home to start the year, certainly. The whole league was marveling at their start. Much improved, Greg, from the season before. But fell off, Greg, a touch late in the season.
And, Kevin, credit Jason Kidd. I mean, he got this team off to that great start, particularly at home, and they built some confidence, and that helped propel them into the playoffs. Sad to say they were still near the bottom of the league, though, in attendance.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. John Henson's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Johnny O'Bryant comes in for Jabari Parker. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, the Bucks ended, guys, with a 23-18 record at home. Really impressive for a young team. They didn't have the largest margin of victory because they won a lot of close games here at the Bradley Center. You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Now Bayless. The feed to Middleton. Passes it to O'Bryant. Back to Middleton. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Middleton's got 8.
And one thing that made the Bucks so strong at home was their three-pointers, near the top in three-point percentage here at home, and easy to get the crowd into it when you knock a couple down from deep.
And the basket by Harris. Here is Bayless. Henson, a screen on Nelson.
Mayo.
Bayless, the pass to Henson. And he gets the bucket. Henson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver. Denver's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
A big problem for the Nuggets last year is that they just couldn't hit shots away from home. I mean, they finished in the bottom 5 in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded closely. He kicks it to Bayless. Gallinari with the steal. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Vasquez. Soft touch off the glass. Vasquez has got 10 points.
Hey, I've got one more note on the Nuggets and the road. I mean, when you shoot as poorly as they did, as you mentioned, you start to lose some confidence and second-guess things. It's a lot harder to fight through shooting slumps like that in somebody else's building, no doubt.
Bucks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Middleton outside. Vasquez with it. 10 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Middleton drives in. Now here's Hickson. Gallinari with it. Now guarded by Middleton. He feeds it to Barton from 18 feet away. That's good. Barton's got 13.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And here's Vasquez. They set the pick. He dishes it to Bayless. The pass to Vasquez. Hits it inside. And he gets it to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Barton dishes to Hickson, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Guys, when you compare against last year, I mean, this season has been a pretty painful drop-off in his free throw numbers. I mean, he's not making the key chances he's getting at the foul line.
Hickson no good on the free throw. For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Parker outside. And the foul on Will Barton. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
For the Nuggets, Joey Dorsey's checked in for Hickson. And Kenneth Faried subbed in for Levert. And Copeland kicks to Parker. Green with the rebound. Denver's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Barton. And another miss by Denver.
The only place for shots like that are in shoot-around.
Exactly. I mean, that shot is one he shouldn't even think about taking.
Vasquez passes to Plumlee. Dishes to Vasquez. Parker. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Faried. The Nuggets shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Feeds to Carter Williams. Parker sets the screen for Carter Williams. Vasquez. Pass to Parker. They get it back. Plumlee. Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. The Nuggets #1.
You know, if there's a stat that coaches really would be impressed by and proud of, it's assists, leading the league in assists. And this team is outstanding. Not only do they have excellent scores, but everybody is willing to make the extra pass and share the basketball.
And the first one at the line is good. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Gallinari.
Hey guys, back. Just had to turn off the...
He's off on the second. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Stolen by Fareed. From half court. Denver gets it back. Here's Harris. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the way up. Harris has got 4 this quarter. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've got in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Nelson's checked in.
Who touched it last, though? On defense, Denver. Parker dishes to Carter Williams. Back to Parker. Right side, Mayo. Pocket 6. Charity stripe shot. It's rebounded by Dorsey. Dorsey's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Chandler. Again, the Nuggets score.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Bucks have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Carter Williams against Nelson. Outside Mayo. Shoots from the line. Again, Mayo missing.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And Fareed kicks to Nelson. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Harris passes to Dorsey.
It's stolen by Mayo. Plays and banks it in. Mayo's got 14. 50 the third quarter. Denver's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Harris. No good with the triple. The Bucks shooting 47% from the field in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Outside Mayo, just 5 to shoot. Shoots. Mayo missing again. The full court prayer. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. A different look for Denver. The Bucks shooting around 41% on the night. Middleton outside. Henson, a screen on Hickson. And it's Middleton penetrating. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Nuggets ahead, running away with it. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
On tap this Wednesday, December 2nd, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers, live from Staples Center. Don't miss it.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know.
The active user profile for all wireless controllers will be disabled, and all accumulated stats and milestones will be lost. Except the wins and losses.
Denver shooting so well, 63%, the offense working as one cohesive unit. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Gallinari is out there with Laverne. And there's Hickson, and it's Green, and it's Harris in at the 2 guard. Green dishes to Gallinari. Shot clock at 5. From about 16. Here's Hickson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Third quarter, my head.
Hickson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Nuggets.
This has been a long night.
It's the Bucks ball. Now Bayless. He passes to Ennis.
And just way too early to tell how this year's group of rookies will turn out. But just from an early look, they seem to be a group that can contribute. They're definitely not going to be a class with a small impact on the league.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Back to Green. Pass to Harris. Denver needs to get off his shot. Fires the 3. That's good from Gallinari on the assist by Harris. With the 2015 draft class, the big thing is how many guys are polished coming into the NBA. It's a good blend of raw talent and certainly skill.
Yeah, I like the way you said that. This class will always be headlined by the two big men, but there's a lot of value throughout the rest of the draft, too.
And Middleton kicks to Bayless. The tray. That's good.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
Gallinari with the screen for Green. They set the screen. Back to Gallinari. Stolen by Middleton. And Bayless kicks to Ennis. And that is good.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Green passes to Gallinari. Back to Green. Green left side. No good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Middleton dishes to Bayless. Back to Middleton.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Right side, Green. Kicks to Gallinari. Drains the 19-footer. The Bucks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Ennis with the ball. Laverne on him. O'Brien kicks to Ennis. The dish now to Bayless. Shot clock at 2. Top of the key. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his third rebound on the night.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Back to Green. Stolen by Henson. And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. Henson the pass to Bayless. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Nuggets. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home.
It's been kind of a gradual occurrence, but I think it's clear that analytics are here to stay in the NBA. Every team now has at least some vesting into the analytics area. Some base a lot of their decisions on the number side of the game. Others have a more balanced approach.
And the Nuggets making a change here. He's perfect from the line this time. Analytics does have a strong place in the NBA, so it's been proven over the last decade. Some held out, but now, Greg, the results, the benefits of those numbers, it's hard to deny them.
A great point, Kevin. And with something new like that, there's always going to be a bit of resistance. There will always need to be a balance, I believe, and you need to use the numbers and your own eye. They really do go hand in hand to kind of keep each other in check.
Tyler Ennis, he's checked in for Jared Bayless. And so it's Milwaukee with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Ennis kicks to Copeland. Leads him in there. And O'Brien gets it to go. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Nelson. The feed to Laverne. Back to Nelson. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Copeland dishes to Plumlee. Ennis with the ball. Passes it to Copeland. Plumlee with a screen on Gallinari. Here's Copeland. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Smooth sailing for Denver. Nelson kicks to Harris.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
Here's Laverne, and it's wide right. It's off the rim, and it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Vasquez passes to Ennis. He kicks to Vasquez. Seven-foot shot. Here's Plumlee, and it's Denver with the rebound. Dixon's got 8 rebounds in this game. Nelson left side. And he banks in the layup. Some doubted how the flopping fines would have worked. Overall, there have been less egregious flops for the better in the NBA.
Yeah, and there will always be room for embellishment, but I like the fines because it really does minimize the number of extravagant flops. Guys are adjusted and they're not laying down as much as they used to.
Here's Vasquez. Laverne grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Nelson kicks to Gallinari. It's rebounded by Copeland.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
He feeds it to Vasquez. He dishes it to Copeland. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. The Nuggets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Harris kicks to Nelson.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, people would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Vasquez dishes to Ennis. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Nuggets. Laverne's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the 2nd round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that #1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the 2nd round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
Ennis kicks to Vasquez. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound, Bucks. Plumlee, the pass to Ennis. Plumlee sets the pick for Ennis. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. And the pass to Vasquez. Dishes it to Plumlee. Copeland from deep. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Now, here is Nelson. Harris kicks to Hickson to stop the drought. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Milwaukee's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Ennis passes to O'Brien. Feeds it to Ennis. 1:04 left in the fourth. Here's Copeland. Gallinari covering. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
Yeah, so tough to see when a player goes down with an injury like that.
Yeah, you know, really was hard to tell exactly what the injury was there, Greg, but one thing we can tell is that he's in a lot of pain.
Green dishes to Gallinari. Back to Green. Hickson sets the screen for Green. Out to Harris. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
And Middleton kicks to Ennis. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Offensive rebound. O'Brien, no good. Green with the ball. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our Jordan player of the game, Wilson Chandler.
Let's take them back.
Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt.
Okay, guys, that will be the end of the stream for tonight.
And the streets start trembling. It's way too many, it seems, too many witnesses.
About 6 hours worth of streaming. Oh my gosh, you know, he only scored 9 points in the fourth quarter. Yikes. After 22 in the third. He scored 68. All right. Box score. Nuggets. Wilson Chandler. He led all scorers. Well, They're getting these sliders. Adjusted doesn't really work. Whereas they're more realistic. Then if I have to play, actually play 3/4, and then spectate the 4th. Well, oh well. Power rankings. Record. Division rank. 2nd. Conference rank. 6th. Overall, 68. Okay. Yeah, it's about almost 6 o'clock, so. What we're gonna do is I will call it, I might. So let's see, I played the San Antonio game, the Dallas game, and this game. So, hey, what can I say? Anyway, we will catch you tomorrow on Twitch TV. We'll be back here on Thursday. I think today's Tuesday. Anyway, okay, we'll catch you back here the day after tomorrow. Till then, have a good day. Bye-bye.